Well, let's talk Derby County, let's talk transfers, and let's talk squad depth. Derby County still have so much work to do with their squad this transfer window. We're still missing a goalkeeper. We're still light at left wing back. And I still personally think we need a striker and a creative or goal scoring midfielder. But where are they going to come from? I can see Derby County taking up the 4 loan spaces that are available to the club. And I can see that happening over the next few weeks. Obviously, Premier League squads will be getting sort of filtered through over the course of the next few weeks. And I can see Derby County taking full advantage of that and taking players from those Premier League clubs on loan spells to Derby County to hopefully fill out the squad and add some extra quality. Now, before we do that, I'm going to have to say a massive thank you for all the support on the channel recently. We're in the middle of the best ever month we've ever seen on this channel. So make sure, if you have not done so already, you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell to stay tuned for all of my latest Derby County, EFL Championship and League One content that is heading your way over the course of this season. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and let me know what you do with this Derby County squad. Well, this is the squad depth as it stands. I've got some players in different areas. Now, obviously, Jake Rooney is out until probably November, December time. So he is over on the right-hand side top corner in the injured pile. You've got Luthra, the goalkeeper trialist, who is just in the middle of nowhere because who knows what's going to happen with him. He'll probably get a deal to be that third man that travels to every game, but who knows if we'll actually see him play. And then we have 4 players in the may leave section. There's also some names in the first team section which you probably don't understand why they're there, but I'll go through it all now. In the may leave section, we have Tyrese Forner, Dejon Brown, Jack Thompson and Darren Robinson. Now, if we go through each of those, now, Tyrese Forner, I could see leaving if Derby County are to play a midfield 2 because I think we're stacked in midfield. We've got 5 options. Paul Warne wants to bring in another 1 or 2 before the end of the transfer window. He's looking at a 10 and probably another player a little bit like Kenzo, who's a bit deeper, a bit of a dictator. Obviously, we've already seen this transfer window Osborne, Ozoh, Adams and Kenzo come in. So I could see Tyrese Forner heading out on a potential loan spell, maybe even a permanent deal, depending what clubs are interested. Next up on that list, we do have Dejon Brown. Now, he's missed the last couple of friendlies with a supposed tweaked groin. However, I think there's a potential he may be heading out on loan. I think, although it's probably not the right thing for us, because I personally think he should get the opportunity to play and start games, I think he's going to end up on loan. I think he's going to end up at a Notts County, a Chesterfield. Would be nice to see him go to Burton or something like that. But as it stands right now, he's still with the squad. He's supposedly injured with a tweaked groin, but we are yet to see. Then we have Jack Thompson. Now, Jack Thompson, I believe, is 17, 18 years old and highly rated goalkeeper. For me, he absolutely cannot be our third choice keeper. He's got to be playing minutes, whether that be with the under-21s or whether he goes out and gets a senior men's loan at like step 4, step 5. Just get him football. He needs to have football, in my opinion, and it needs to be men's football to help beef him up a little bit and get prepared for what the game is going to be like. Now, if he was going to be Vickers as number 2, then I'd be all for him staying because he would get opportunities to play. He'd probably play the cup competitions. But as we know, Jakub Zetterstrom is supposedly under an agreed deal that he is going to join the club after the European qualifiers for Djurgården, which their second leg is on the 1st of August. So he should be in before Blackburn away, but we're obviously yet to see that happen. Darren Robinson, now this one is very interesting. I personally think he should go out on loan. Obviously, he's never really had the opportunity to make his mark on the first team. Now, there is that opportunity at right centre-back for him to come in and play with Jake Rooney being injured. But I think he wants to play in midfield. That's the impression I get. That's where I've seen him play a lot for the under-21s. Obviously, he's moved about a lot of positions. He's played right back, centre back. He's played in midfield. He's played a whole host of different positions for Derby County since joining the club. So it's one of those for me where I think he's going to want to go out and get men's football. I could potentially see a League Two, maybe even a National League loan for him to get him first team football. But it's one of those where it's very up in the air what he could do. So for me, that is the players that may leave. I also could potentially add to that list Sonny Bradley, because I think if two centre-halves come available that we are able to bring in, I think he becomes surplus to requirements. But I think that would solely depend on us finding someone to replace Sonny Bradley. Now, let's get into the team. Let's get into the depth that we have. Now, obviously, at goalkeeper, it's just Josh Vickers. And that's where our main problem is. Zetterstrom should hopefully be joining after the 1st of August, but until it's signed, sealed, delivered, and he's wearing a Derby County shirt and he's training with the club, all the paperwork's gone through, he isn't yet a Derby County player, and that is a problem that we have at the moment. If you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below or in this top corner to stay tuned for all of my latest Derby County and EFL Championship and League One content that is heading your way over the course of this season. We're working really hard to try and hit 1,000 subscribers, and I really appreciate the support on the channel this month. It's been the best month ever on the channel, so let me know your thoughts on what content you want to see over the course of this season, and I'll let you now get back to the video. You look at the back three, you've got Cashin, Nelson, Bradley, who are mainstay centre halves. You've then got Nyambi, who can rotate between right wing back and right centre half, and you've got Forsyth, who can rotate between left wing back and left centre half. So that is going to be a very, very interesting one. Also on the left hand side, obviously you've got Callum Elder, Ben Osborne can play out there, and obviously Craig Forsyth. But I do think we need another one in that position. On the right-hand side, I think we're pretty stacked. I think, obviously, with Wilson, Ward, Nyambi, obviously, Mendez-Lang and Barkhuizen could play out there if needs be. Obviously, Barkhuizen could play on the left-hand side as well. And then, obviously, you've got Max Bardell from the youth team. Now, I don't think Bardell will be involved in the first team. I think we're more likely to see Darren Robinson than Bardell, if I'm completely honest. But I think Bardell could step up should Robinson go out on loan, and Bardell can be that extra body. It's sort of a similar situation when you talk about the midfield. Obviously, you probably see in there Stepi and Uwene. I don't think he's going to be with the first team. In complete honesty, I don't. I think that he's more likely to be with the 21s, but I think he is a body that could potentially step up should Robinson go out on loan or should Robinson get injured or whatever. Uwene and Bardell are both only in this depth chart because they've played pre-season friendlies, but I do think they're probably going to get taken off heading into the Blackburn game, because I do think there's a possibility that they'll probably sort of be fringe around the squad, probably be involved in cup games, but maybe not get many minutes, and that's what I think that will happen. But we're stacked at wing back on the right hand side. Left hand side is a little bit light. I'd probably want one more proper wing back in there, who sort of knows Paul Warne's game, but we're gonna have to wait for that to happen. Obviously, if you look at the midfield, we're sort of stacked in there. Osborne, Kenzo, Ozoh, Adams, Thompson. Obviously, there's Stepi and Uwene in there. Obviously, you can add Forner and Robinson both in there. But I'm unsure what's going to happen with Forner or Robinson, to be completely honest. And I do think we're probably going to bring in two more midfielders. I think they're going to be Premier League loans that are going to end up coming in. In my opinion, I think we'll bring in two midfielders that are Premier League loans. I think they'll both be creative, essentially number 10s, who can score a goal, create a goal. That's what I think is going to happen. Now, if we go to the forwards, now we'll start with the wide players. Obviously, Blackett, Taylor, Barkhuizen, Mendez-Lang and Caden Jackson. I think there's a good group there, a good group of four there. But my problem is, I think we need more. I think we need a Dembele type player who is not necessarily out and out winger but can come in narrow. And when we're playing this 3-4-3, that's what we don't really have. I don't think Mendes Lang is that good narrow. Blackett Taylor we haven't really seen in a forward position yet. Really, when you go through the pre-season friendlies, I think he played the first one at left wing, really, but it was more of like a left wing back. So it's one of those for me where it's very sort of iffy as to where Blackett Taylor actually fits in Paul Warne's plans. I would personally want to see a 4-3-3 with Adams at the base, Ozoh, Kenzo, and then a front three of Blackett Taylor, wide left, not narrow left, wide left, Mendes Lang on the right, and Yates through the middle. But I don't think we're going to see that to start the season. I do think we're probably going to bring in a player, a loanee, to fit that role, and I do think we're probably going to bring in another lone striker to take us to 5 loans for the season. Because I don't think the 3 strikers that we have in Yates, Collins and Washington are going to keep us up. I think Yates could have an excellent season and score 20 goals, but I don't think that keeps us up because I think we're going to need more. I do think it's going to be a long, hard slog of a season. You can obviously let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, but for me, I think we're still missing quite a lot. We're missing an abundance of creativity. We're missing an abundance of goals. You obviously look at the players that have left in like you look at Max Bird, Conor Hourihane, Corey Smith, those sort of dictating technical players in midfield that we've lost. We've only really got Kenzo that is a technical minded player in that midfield. So I think we're missing a lot in midfield. You'll have to let me know your thoughts down in the comments. But that's my take on the squad depth, and that's my take on this season coming up. Now, obviously, the transfer window doesn't close until, I believe, the 2nd of September. It might be the 1st of September, but it doesn't close until then. I'll be keeping up to date with all the transfer targets that we've linked with all my Get to Know Me videos, as you've seen. Obviously, the Academy has done an abundance of transfers, so if you want me to put together a video talking about the players they've brought in, let me know down in the comments. But if you have not done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, hit the like button, let me know your thoughts down in the comments, and I'll catch you in my next video. Make sure to go and find me on TikTok, pictured here, and Twitter, pictured here. These are the places where I'll keep you all up to date with all my upcoming videos and my thoughts and feelings around the Formula 1 and football weekend.